Welcome everybody to the Unscripted Sports Show. I'm your host, Money, aka Eric, and my co-host is Chris. How are you, Chris?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm good. It was another interesting week 3. Not many under. I don't think a lot of underdogs won as much as week 2, but it was pretty decent. 1 o'clock games I missed, but it looked like they were kind of boring. But we'll get into that. Before we do the picks, we'll go over our picks from last week real quick. I went 7. I bounced back and went 6-3, so I'm 15-9 in the season. And you went 5-3 again, and we're both tied 15-9. So let's go over the picks real quick. Well, Thursday night we don't really need to talk about because that was a lopsided victory by the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, vintage Rodgers. Rodgers
Yeah,
showed
look
up.
great.
Rodgers, old school Rodgers came out. He looked good, but it was against the Patriots, so we'll see what happens this week. But did you catch any of this game?
Watched a little bit of it towards the end, um, just to tune in, but yeah, he looked really good.
Yeah, the Jets. I don't know if this is the Jets are really good or the Pats are bad. I think it might be a little bit of both. But yeah, the Patriots have a long. It's gonna be a long season for them, ups and downs. But I expect Drake May to probably start by mid-season. I mean, he should be starting now, but that's not here or there. And the Jets look, and Aaron Rodgers look good, so hopefully you can keep that up. Um, Next game, our Eagles and Saints. We both got that right. It was I didn't catch most of the game because I was out, but I know you watched it, so I'll let you take the floor here.
Yeah. Um, if the Eagles end up having a good season, this will be the turning point for them. They struggled the first two games. I mean, they looked pretty good against the Packers, looked pretty good against the Falcons, but just made some boneheaded decisions. So, um, we'll see. This could be. It might have been better if we lost, honestly, because then Nick Sirianni would have been fired earlier. Still don't think he is a good head coach. I think he's a good leader in the locker room, but I don't think he's an X's and O's guy. So if he can get out of his own way, sometimes the Eagles are just so well built and have such good coordinators that we should be successful. It's just don't get too cute with field goals. Don't get too cute with the play calling. Jalen Hurts, besides the interception, looked pretty good. All things considered, he really needs to clean that up. Other
Yeah,
than that, a win is a win. So
exactly. Um, they pulled it out somehow. New Orleans came back to earth after the 2 40-point games the last 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks. The defense came out to play. The defense was MVP besides Saquon. So if it wasn't for the defense and Saquon, they probably get blown out. Um, I listened to some on the radio. I mean, a win is a win. I mean, we're Eagle fans, and we say stuff during the game that we probably regret after, but win's a win. I mean, probably the most not regrettable thing is Nick Sirianni. Is not very well liked in this city right now. Unless he wins the Super Bowl, that might not change unless he gets fired. But we'll see. You know how Eagle fans are in this city. So next game, Seahawks and Dolphins. I was wrong on this, and you were right. I didn't see any of this game, but Seahawks dominated. Dolphins look like they don't have a quarterback. So, and for a minute, Thompson went down, and I don't know if he actually came back the second time. But yeah, the Dolphins are in trouble. They need to sign a quarterback because yeah, bring Ryan Tannehill back. You
Yeah.
watch any of this game? No.
No. No. I don't know. The only games I really watched was Sunday, the Eagles game, and then some of the Sunday night game. So.
Yeah, pretty much the same. Ravens. I mean, I did watch this one. Ravens and Cowboys. Um,
Oh yeah, I watched
for the
this one
first
too.
3 quarters, it was great to watch, and then the Cowboys come storming back because the Ravens can't hold a lead, save their life right now. I don't know why, because defense looks good in the first 3 quarters, and then they just um let the Cowboys come back, and the Cowboys ended up covering. I forget what the line
I don't
was.
think so. No, they didn't. It was like a
No,
2.5 point line. I think they won by 5 or something like that. I forget what it
Ravens
was.
were no, the Ravens were 1. I don't know what the
Or
closing line
-1.
was, but at
Yeah.
least I think they were 1.
Yeah.
Wow. So the Ravens end up covering. Um, next game. Well, what do you think of this game? Did you?
I think the Cowboys always put up points in the fourth quarter when they're behind. A lot. Take a look at the last few years. Take a look at Dak's stats. Always pads his stats. He always has like 150 plus yards passing in the fourth quarter when it doesn't matter. So they always stat their pad their stats in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Um, every year without fail. Even when they're leading, even if they're still playing, even if they're blowing a team out, he's always dealing because he's always trying to get more yards, touchdowns, and things like that. So
Yep. Yep. Prescott is one of those. That's why I'm not high on Prescott. I don't think he did. I don't think he should have got that contract extension, but the Cowboys needed to pay him, so or I would say let him go and find a new quarterback. But um, I don't think Prescott is all that great. Because, as you said, he's a stat um pattern. So, but yeah, Ravens hold on for the victory, and they have the Bills this week. So we'll get to that one. That's one. Lions. You both got that right. Lions went to Arizona pretty much. I wouldn't say dominated, but they won pretty easily. So not much to say about that. Um, Chiefs. Chiefs right? Yeah. Chiefs game. Sunday Night Football. I had the Falcons first half because I knew the Falcons would come out swinging, and after that emotional comeback against the Eagles, emotional comeback win against the Eagles on Monday night, and the Chiefs don't. Chiefs are slow. They start the game slow, and they're always a second half team. So that's why I took the Falcons money line first half instead of full game, where everybody was taking. At least in Discord I'm within, everybody was saying Falcons. So, but I knew the Chiefs were gonna win. It was typical Chiefs game where they come out in the second half and take over the game, and that's what they did. Any thoughts?
yeah, I think the Falcons were probably supposed to cover, and then they couldn't at the end. So uh,
Exactly. Yeah,
yeah,
they
I
were
think
trying to cover. They were. It looked like they were trying to cover because they got the ball a few more times. They got the ball one more time even before when they probably shouldn't have because Chiefs went 3 and out. So
yep, yep.
the Falcons just blew that cover. So for all those Falcons bettors that bet they cover, yikes. That's why I only took the first half because I knew the Chiefs would come out slow. They always do. I'll probably do the same thing this week too, especially because it's a divisional game. But two Monday night games. There's not much to say about the Jags and Bills. The Jags are in trouble. Doug Peterson's hot seat is hot, very hot. I'm surprised he didn't fire him after this game, but he might be fired within the next few weeks if they don't turn it around. They got absolutely destroyed. The Bills look really good. I don't know if it's more that the Jags are bad or the Bills are this good, or maybe both. A little bit of both. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Josh Allen's just gonna look like a juggernaut this year. Compete with Patrick Mahomes. I think it's really gonna come down to those two in the AFC. So it's gonna be two horse race in the AFC, especially with the Dolphins being hurt. Um, Bengals are 0-3. It's gonna be a pretty weak conference. It's really gonna come down to those two. So maybe the Texans, but can't see really anyone else contending besides the Bills and the Chiefs.
Yep, exactly. And then the other Monday night football game, the Bengals in Washington. I did not see this coming because my best bet was Bengals minus 7.5. Washington came in there and put it to them. Jalen Daniels coming out party. Yeah, I should have started him this week instead of Derek Carr, but that's not here or there. I pick up Derek Carr and he shits the bed the first time I pick him up. The first game I start him. Go figure. Uh, um, yeah, I was impressed with Washington. Their defense came out. Cincinnati's defense is awful. They couldn't stop anything that Washington was doing. Every time it was third down, they couldn't stop them. So I think the Bengals are in trouble right too. So, what were your quick thoughts? And then we'll get to our picks.
Yeah, I had Washington winning that game. I got them at like plus 275 money line. When the score was tied 7-7, I knew as soon as the Cowboys lost and the Giants won and the Eagles won, the Commanders are probably going to win to keep the NFC East race tight. So, yeah, pick the Giants. Or sorry, pick
Washington.
Washington to win. So,
Yeah, looking back at it, I don't think I would have picked Cincinnati as my best bet. That was last Thursday that we did that. So I thought Cincinnati being 0-2, at home, need to win, stay in the race. I thought that was a sure and bet, but hey, you don't win them all. So get to our Thursday night our picks now. Any final thoughts on week 2? I mean week 3. I mean.
nope. Just main thoughts are that look what happens when you have good coaching and you don't give up on players. So Jordan Davis had a great game. Jalen Carter had a great game. Malik Willis had a good game. It's all about situation. It's all about, what's in front of you and if you're allowing your players to succeed. So it's amazing what good coaching does.
Exactly. And injuries are happening a lot in the NFL, but we'll probably can talk about that next week. But yeah, look at San Francisco. We'll talk about that for a minute. Their injuries are piling up, and it cost them on Sunday against the Rams. But I knew the Rams were gonna. I had a feeling the Rams were gonna win that game. But yeah, the Niners could be in trouble if they get another injury here or there on offense. But let's get to it. Thursday night tomorrow. You got the Cowboys and the Giants. Oh boy, yay. I got the Cowboys winning. This should be probably a blowout, but it's a divisional game. It's in New York. I'm sure the Giants will keep it close because it's the Cowboys, but who knows? I got the Cowboys winning, and over the line is only 4.5 or 5.5 now. So maybe sprinkle someone that 5.5 for the Giants. Do you think the Giants keep this close?
I don't. No. I think people are riding the high of the Giants right now. Cowboys getting smoked 2 weeks in a row. Cowboys are going to come out and bounce back here. So pretty
So
easy pick.
yeah, this could be similar to the week 1. It seems like the Cowboys are going to be a good road team this year and struggle at home. From based on the first 2-3 weeks, it's going to be the total opposite of last year. It seems so far. So we both have the Cowboys here. Yeah, you're right. The Cowboys should win this easily. But next game is Vikings and Packers. I got the Packers. You got the Vikings.
Yeah, I think the Vikings defense might be the best in the league right now. I don't. Yeah, I think it is the best in the league. I think Brian Flores is just what they did to the Texans last week, completely shut down CJ Stroud. I mean, back to my coaching comment, look what Sam Darnold's doing with a proper coach. He went to San Francisco for a little bit to be the backup, learned from Kyle Shanahan, went to Kevin O'Connell, and now he's the Sam Darnold that we thought he was going to be coming out of college. So,
Yep, he's having like a Geno Smith type year when Geno Smith came out in Seattle. Was it last year? Seattle? Yeah.
yep.
Very similar to Seattle. Very similar to Geno Smith. And ironically, both played for the Jets.
Yeah. So while I thought
maybe it's the
the
Jets
Bucks,
organization because they were both
yeah,
drafted by the Jets. Oh, and now they're both
I thought
thriving somewhere else.
yeah.
Go figure. Next game.
Oh, real quick, I thought the Bucks and the Saints were fluke teams, especially the
Yeah,
Saints. I think they overperformed, but I do think the Vikings are legit. I think they're a legitimately good team. So
yeah. I think people underestimated them because they had Sam Darnold, but I think Sam Darnold is a quality quarterback like Geno Smith, and he just is getting the right coaching like Geno Smith did, and he's showing he can play, he can be a starting quarterback in this league. It just takes the right coaching to make yourself a good NFL quarterback and the right players around him, and he has the right players around him because he has Justin Jefferson, who's currently injured, right? I believe.
he played. He
Okay.
played.
So he has Justin Jefferson, probably first 1A, 1B, best receiver in the league. You can argue which one, Jamar Chase or Jefferson, against Jefferson right now, but yeah, and then there's Aaron Jones returning to Lambeau Field on Sunday. So, but I have the Packers because I think they're going to split the season series. I think the Vikings are due to get that first L, and I think the Packers win. But they're both coming off. Packers are coming off a win with their backup quarterback 2 straight weeks, so it could go either way. But it's a divisional game, and these games always come down to the wire. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Vikings won. Next game, Eagles and Bucks. We both have the Bucks here winning. We have the Eagles let down game, I guess, coming off an emotional comeback victory. I guess kind of comeback, and then the Bucks bouncing back from their loss to the Broncos. And the weather might be a factor too, because there's supposed to be a hurricane down there in Florida, so we don't know what the weather's going to be like. You still there, Chris?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh,
So I had the Bucks as well.
same reasons.
Back-to-back road games for the Eagles. You rarely cover back-to-back road games. The Eagles are favorites. They're not going to cover this game. They covered the Saints game. So, yeah, they're just not going to win this game.
Yeah, and with the bye coming up next week, so yeah, I could, and everybody's gonna bet the Eagles because of the playoff payback game. So everybody's banking on the Eagles for a payback, but I could see the Bucks coming out and maybe the Bucks just own us right now. So I could see that.
Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah, I think they're in our heads. Next game on the docket is Steelers and Colts. Steelers undefeated. Steelers 3-0. Colts 1-2. Colts at home. I think this smells like a first loss for the Steelers. I'm not saying the Steelers are not good. I just think the Colts just need to win. They're at home. They need to have a good showing. They won last week, so yeah. This smells like an upset. I think the Steelers are favorite. Yeah, home dog.
Yeah, I think the Steelers have overperformed, and I think they're due for a loss here. So I
Yeah,
think the Colts beat them.
exactly. Home dog -2. I think the line says it all. So this game, we got the Chiefs and Chargers. Oh yeah, by the way, we both had the Colts in that one. So
Yep.
Chiefs and Chargers. I have the Chargers winning. Same scenario as the Vikings and Steelers. I think the Chiefs are due. They have escaped 3 wins. Not saying they were good wins, but all those wins were close, and they could have easily lost all 3. So, um, first divisional game for Jim Har Jim Harbaugh. Um, at home, Chargers gonna be up for this game. They're always up for against the Chiefs, and same thing, back to back road games as you said with the Eagles. But this is divisional game, so I see the Chargers upsetting the Chiefs here.
Yeah, I have the Chiefs, but this one was probably the hardest one to pick. It's hard to bet against Mahomes, but the Chargers always play them tough. I can see it being a grind out game for the Chargers. I wouldn't be surprised if they win.
Exactly.
I can see them just running the ball, so it'll be a good game.
Oh yeah, and Harbaugh is gonna have this team up for this game, especially after they lost to
Yep.
Pittsburgh, coming off two straight games in the West Coast. I mean East Coast, coming back home, divisional game against Mahomes, and Harbaugh wants to beat Mahomes the first chance he gets. So, and I think the line is kind of disrespectful to the Chargers. 8.5. Is somebody hurt? I mean, I know it's the Chiefs, but this is a divisional game.
Herbert might be hurt.
Okay. Okay. But I still think I think the Chargers find a way to win because I think the Chiefs are just due for that loss. Because, as I said, they escaped 3 games that they probably should have lost at least one of them. So, yeah. Probably the game of the week: Bills and Ravens. Sunday Night Football. This is going to be a good game. Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen looking like the MVP right now. Another one, 3-0 Bills traveling to Ravens, who are 1-2. Ravens need to win to get back to 500. It smells like this is another one that smells like a loss. All the teams that are undefeated are on the road. You notice that? I think.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. That's very interesting.
Yeah. So the Bills, Steelers, Chiefs, and Vikings are all on the road, and 2 of them are divisional games. So I think at least 2 of them lose this week. So, which I think is going to be probably the Bills and Chiefs, because everybody's going to think the other 2. Yeah, this is probably a get right spot. I shouldn't say a get right spot for the Ravens, but the Ravens are at home. Sunday Night Football. It's going to be a great game, and I think this could go either way. But I have the Ravens winning this one. This has Ravens written all over it.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot for them. It's a statement win. They have one over the Cowboys. They'll have one over the Bills here. Still think it's going to be a 2-horse race between the Bills and Chiefs, but I think the Ravens win at home here.
Yeah, and the Bills. I think the Bills, once Josh Allen gets used to his new receivers, I think the Bills offense is still going to be. I mean, the Bills offense is going to be what they showed on Monday night, and their defense is looking real good, especially considering they lost a couple players. Von Miller looks like Von Miller of old, but yeah. What? So we will have the Ravens here. Doubleheader Monday night again. You got the Titans and Dolphins. I guess I have the Titans here because I think the Dolphins are in free for all. They don't have a quarterback right now, but I can see why you picked the Dolphins because they're at home. But I mean, the Titans need to win themselves. They're 0-3, so this game could go either way. This game could be ugly. You know, I mean,
I just
not
think they're
ugly in
just
a blowout
horrible
way, just
teams.
ugly in a
Yeah, it's just 2 horrible teams here. So
yeah. This is not
just pick
what
the one with the better coach.
It's not what they envisioned when they put these 2 on Monday night. Because they thought Dolphins would have their 3 stars, but unfortunately they don't. Quarterback is down. I think their backup's down. So this could be an ugly game, especially because of the weather. Yeah, this is the game that nobody's probably gonna watch. So I have Titans, you have Dolphins, and I just picked the Titans because they need to win. You picked the Dolphins because they are at home.
Yeah, and I like their coach better. I think
Yeah.
Mike McDaniel's a better coach. So
Yeah. The second Monday night game, the main one, Trey and JB. Um, I like the Lions here. Monday night football in Detroit. It's gonna be loud. It's gonna be a good game. Seahawks come 3-0. Another one. As we Another undefeated team on the road. Um, yeah, I think I was right. All the undefeated teams are on the road this week. In tough spots too. Um, I have the Lions winning here, getting to 3-1, and they probably 3-1. You have the Lions too.
yep, you have an NFC West team going to the NFC North Stadium. NFC North team usually wins. So
Yep. Let's get to our MVP. I know we have to wrap up. Um, I have Barkley. You have Josh Allen. Um, I don't think the Eagles win without Barkley and Josh Allen. And pretty much, Josh Allen is probably easy choice.
Yeah, the way the Bills dismantled them. So, yeah, good choices all around.
Yep. And last week's power rankings for you, Chris. And mine. And this is yours this week. So you have the Chiefs, Bills, Vikings, Steelers, and Packers. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, Chiefs and Bills are the best teams in the league right now. Like I said, I think the Vikings are legit. I think they're a really good defense. Tim Darnold's playing his butt off. And then the Steelers and Packers. Hate to put the Steelers in here, but you have to. They're undefeated. And then the Packers. I think they're showing some promise. They lost in week one, but two straight wins with a backup quarterback is very impressive. So
Yep. And then I have Bills, Chiefs, Steelers, Seahawks, and Vikings. I think the only difference is that you have the Packers, I have the Seahawks. But we pretty much have 4 to 5. I just have Bills number 1. I was more impressed with their win than the Chiefs. But it could, and then the Ravens. No, that's the Steelers. I think those, as you said, those two are probably the best teams in the NFL right now, especially in the AFC, obviously. So it's going to be a battle between those two, flip flop. I think the Ravens will come back and be in that mix, and then the NFC. If the Niners don't get it together, I don't know how the NFC is going to work because nobody in the NFC is playing great. Maybe the Lions, but other than that, it's gonna be a race in the NFC. I think this year, especially with all the
I
injuries
agree.
with the Niners.
Yeah, I think the NFC is going to be more competitive than the AFC this year.
Yeah, especially with all the injuries more with the Niners, and I don't think they're gonna run away with the West. Our fantasy player. Yep. I have Marvin Harrison Jr. I think he's gonna have a great game against Washington. You saw what Jamar Chase did against Washington, so I think Marvin Harrison's gonna have similar numbers. And you have CD.
Yeah, bounce back game for the Cowboys. TD had a terrible game last week, so I think he goes off this week. So
And your best bet is the Lions spread, right? You said. Yep.
yep, yep. I think that same trend. NFC West team going in NFC North Stadium. NFC North team always does well. So
Yeah. My best bet is probably. I don't want to say this, but I think I'm going to go with. Chargers covering that plus 8.5. Maybe even
okay.
sprinkle some on the money line, but I mean, obviously sprinkle some on the money line because I have them winning. So I have Chargers best bet money line divisional game. Jim Harbaugh's first AFC West game against Chiefs. He's gonna get his team up for this game. So
Yeah,
any more
I think he
thoughts?
will.
Huh?
No,
What do you
no,
think, Chris?
no. I think he will. I think he will get them up to this game. So
Yeah, I think this is probably like his Ohio State game. If you think about,
yeah, it's a
yeah,
big spot for him.
exactly. He wants to make a statement to the Chiefs. Any more thoughts? I know you have to get
Nope.
going. Um, well, thank you, Chris. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week. I'll let you go. I'm gonna do some plugs before I end the show. But thanks, Chris.
Yep. Thanks for having me. Talk to you next week.
Yep. There, bro.
Bye.
Bye. So some plugs. Listen to Boxman and Smart on the wrestling outlets every Thursday night on youtube.com/wrestling outlets, and then listen to my buddy Easy Bet on youtube.com/easy bet. He does college football and NFL picks every week. I think check out his NFL picks for today. He's gonna drop it today. Probably do a live show. Listen to us on Wrestling Through the Years at youtube.com/wrestling through the years. This week we're doing part 2 of the Lethal Lottery. Last week was fun. Check that out. Part 1, you do a generator, put wrestlers in there and pick lottery, tag team. It's like the Lethal Lottery in WCW where they would pick 2 guys to be tag teams, and then so we're picking wrestlers from generator, and then the first 2 guys are be a tag team, and the next 2 be a tag team. Then the 3 of us or 4 of us decide which one will move on to the battle bowl. So yeah, last week we did it. Clem was on, but this week it's just gonna be me, Doug, and Daniel. So that should be fun. Check that out. And then Saturday for when teams combine, me and Doug. And then Sunday for Bros Down with Monday for Bros Down with Bobby and Daniel, and then Sunday for the Staffcast with Mindy and Daniel, and then next week for the NFL show with Chris, my brother. Probably next Wednesday, same time. And then I'll be dropping the college picks today. So check them out. Check that out on this very channel. And see you later.